Chapter 3. The Scars of Humanity, Psychology, Faith, and the Call to Conscience. Every atrocity leaves a scar, not only on those who perish, but on every survivor, every witness, every community. Armenian survivors of the 1915-1917 genocide carried trauma in their bones and stories in their hearts, unable to fully speak the horrors they endured. Generations grew up haunted by the silence and by the echo of those cries, learning that violence leaves both visible and invisible wounds. How can humanity endure such pain without asking the questions? What is justice? What is mercy? What is our responsibility to our fellow human beings? Decades later, the Holocaust brought horrors previously unimaginable. Jewish families marched into gas chambers, Romani communities exterminated, political dissidents executed. Poles, disabled individuals, Jehovah's Witnesses, and countless other innocents were slaughtered systematically. Eyewitnesses remember the ash-filled skies over crematoria, the stench of burning bodies, the rows of emaciated corpses stacked like cordwood. During the Holocaust, survivors like Elie Wiesel bore witness to unimaginable suffering. Children were separated from parents, mothers from sons, entire families extinguished. Witnesses recount the smell of burning flesh, the gas chambers filled with trembling souls, the endless columns of people marching toward death. Each statistic represents a life once vibrant, capable of love, laughter, and dreams. A life stolen by ideology, prejudice, and apathy. What does it mean for civilization when education, morality, and empathy fail so catastrophically? Survivors experienced survivors' guilt, trauma, and despair that shape the rest of their lives. What is the cost of indifference? What moral debt do the living owe to those who died? The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki did not merely end lives in an instant. They inflicted lifelong terror on those who survived. Radiation sickness, the loss of loved ones, and the knowledge that one day, even the earth itself would remember their suffering, created psychological scars that no apology could erase. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japanese civilians were vaporized in an instant by atomic bombs. Buildings were obliterated, rivers boiled, and firestorms consumed entire neighborhoods. Survivors endured radiation burns that peeled flesh from bone, organ failure that progressed silently and lethally, and trauma that haunted them for decades. Witnesses recounted shadows seared into walls, the imprints of bodies killed instantly. Children wandered in shock. Parents searched for lost family members among the rubble. The human body and psyche were tested in ways previously unimaginable. How could a technology designed to serve mankind become the instrument of such instantaneous annihilation? What responsibility do those with power hold when they release forces that cannot distinguish between soldier and child? How can the world allow weapons capable of annihilating entire cities to exist unchecked? How can leaders balance political strategy with human morality? In Rwanda, Syria, Yemen, Myanmar, and beyond, survivors face the ongoing consequences of trauma. Children who witness their parents' deaths, women forced into unspeakable violence, communities stripped of hope. These are not statistics. These are human souls. Psychological studies show that collective trauma can ripple across generations, perpetuating cycles of fear, anger, and revenge. Can the world afford silence when history screams at us to act? Faith provides both guidance and accountability. Jesus taught, "Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Matthew 25:40. God's authority calls leaders and citizens alike to confront injustice, to act against oppression, and to defend the vulnerable. Morality is not optional. Compassion is not negotiable. Silence is complicity. Every leader worldwide must ask, how will history judge my choices? Will your tenure be remembered for courage, for justice, for protection of the innocent? Or will it be remembered for inaction, indifference, and the perpetuation of suffering? History has already spoken. Genocides, wars, chemical attacks, and the systematic destruction of entire communities teach us that human beings can reach both the depths of evil and the heights of mercy. Psychological, moral, and spiritual responsibility converge here. To prevent suffering, to heal wounds, to honor the dead, and to protect the living.